The only way she will actually move on is when she's realizing you've changed. So not only are you upgrading, but you changed not to let her slide. But hey, y'all, this is actually still her not moving on because she has no choice but to move on. See, here's the thing. A lot of y'all, you might know that a woman checks out emotionally before she leaves a situation or a relationship, right? Still applies similarly to when she is supposed to be moving on but hasn't moved on. So take this in. A woman will keep trying it with you. She'll try her luck, she'll see where she can get, how far she can get, what she could get out of you, etc. Now, here's where the roles really change for you and makes it so much easier for you. Once you're upgrading, especially with a new, badder female, her emotions are affected. That's another story too, y'all. Maybe I'll talk more about it towards the end of the video. How your sexual market value increases so much more when you have a great, beautiful looking female. And she doesn't have to be a 9 or a 10 or not even an 8. But if she's better than your ex, especially personality still matters and she can keep herself put together, that's definitely a huge plus. It even draws your ex or that girl that hasn't moved on more towards you. Even if she doesn't say it, it will be all done in silence oftentimes. Now let me backtrack though. As I was saying, she's gonna try to see if she can get her way with you, but because women are very much indirect, you're gonna get like shots from afar. You might be able to see it. It might be like in the air, but a whole lot of fog and a whole lot of smoke covering it, so it won't be clear to see it. That's how women operate, right? So most times, so when she hasn't moved on, you got to get that hypergamy oftentimes is going to kick in. So if you're already doing good, or she seems that she's getting a sense of like he's on his stuff, or he said he was going to start this and he started it, that's her attention moving back onto you. What a woman will do is maybe move on in the sense of like, oh, I started a family, have kids. But deep down inside, women know who was the best pick. Now, here's a little thing. If that guy that she meets completely changes her life, she's completely in love. Also, she's not in a mindset of like she loves entertainment from different men. She loves let's say attention. She wants validation from outside of her relationship. She loves to be for the streets. She has different phases. She goes out and can't help herself but like to flirt or tease or give those, you know, those eyes, those eye contact that people give, like the I see you, or you look good. She can't help herself but do that, and yet she has a man or she has a family with a man. So my point is there, if she is about that guy, that's a different story. But because we are going based off a majority, unfortunately, she hasn't moved on from you. So basically, don't believe the front. A woman can be like, oh, I don't care. She could live like a single woman. She could do it even for years. But when you are doing what a guy needs to be doing and you're doing better, she could be like, oh, okay, I want to go back his way. Or I don't want to miss out. Because now she knows, you know your value, you know your worth, you have it, right? And then somebody else, which now she wants it to be her, but it can't be her because you're not going to allow that to happen. Somebody else is going to get that from you. My point also is that because of you being the guy that you are, let's just say that guy, right? As some women like to say that they're that girl, right? So, and you probably heard the term top tier, that sorts of stuff. So you could be a top tier guy, and I know this is a little bit off topic, but don't believe all that, oh, you're sassy or you're like this, blah, blah, blah. Those sorts of stuff that are also like out there and they kind of trend. Obviously, there's some guys that shouldn't be going back and forth, arguing with a woman. Obviously, sometimes you could be acting like a female, getting too emotionally worked up. But that's why you got to really remain stoic and check yourself as well. Like, don't budge or don't entertain nonsense and mind games and get your emotional tied up and twisted. I only really brought that up because it relates back to if she can still see that sense is still active, that's going to give her a stronger sense of moving on. And it kind of diminishes all the value and all the worth that you built up or other women wanting you. So always remember, you got to change your internal first. That matters over everything in your mental. And so Before I go on to some of the stuff that I already mentioned, if you still haven't given this video a big thumbs up, please go ahead and do so. It definitely does help your girl out, and I absolutely appreciate it, and I love y'all. I really been loving your support, and I really want to just say thank you to everybody. I am trying to comment back to everybody. I've been dropping a lot more videos, so I definitely gotta say, like, keeping up can be a little like ooh, you know, like life be moving on kind of fast sometimes. So I'll still try my best. Question of this video will be, do you feel like women front like they moved on? And to kind of backpedal off of that question, do you feel like she can always come back around? Like, women, sometimes it is that whole, it's not your turn, or it is your turn, that guy, this guy, then the next guy, that sorts of stuff. I hope you're getting what I'm saying. But basically, you have to get that, like, maybe with a woman, you do have a chance with her down the line when you're doing better, you've mentally like grown, all that sorts of stuff, but it really might not be worth it any longer. So as I was saying, like, do you find value basically in that woman because now she's changed? Do you find value in even giving it a chance? And also, if she wants you but you haven't gotten like enough proving for years, are you still open to that? Sometimes it's also about, she blows it one last time and you're done for good. Be careful how many chances you give her, because when we're talking about moving on, you have to understand, the more, like, let's say, leverage, I wanted to really say lenient, because you shouldn't be lenient, right? But the more she can kind of basically stretch her behavior that's not good, the more she feels more entitled, empowered. So she has to be far away from that feeling. The reason why I say that is because what women have to feel is that you probably moved on, or you're not even feeling her like that. That gives you already more power and adds to your sexual market value, and then that leads to her having to put in more work, and that leads to her emotion getting tied and wanting more access to you. And lastly, because we're at the end of the video, I just want to add, as I said, I was going to maybe talk a little bit about it, but just remember, when it comes down to you as a fella, you need to be improving, and having a good looking woman, whether it's eye candy or a woman you're serious about, does absolutely add value. If she sees another woman wants you and that woman is really pretty good, or there's something about her, she can start seeing that in you. And bottom line is that if you can get women, and you don't have to flaunt it or anything, you don't have to show a woman, but when you do, it really raises a woman's attention towards you, like, oh, there's something about him, or just that idea of like maybe being jealous, or I want him to myself. Those are all different topics that I can mention in next videos and other videos. So just have your post notification on and catch up on everything that I posted. Also catch up on everything on Patreon, because they're on there. There's a whole lot, and on YouTube membership, and be up to date with everything that's going to be coming out. So just be ready and check out my website. Find what works for you. Bye, y'all. Love y'all. Y'all got this.
You have going on. It could be about anything, self-improvement, back to dating. Consultations are available for that. Book your consultation. Let's get on the line and talk about what's going on with you. Click that link after this video.
Sleep affirmations, so you could become that powerful man, and it is recorded in my voice, and I give you the strongest affirmations to overall become that man and subconsciously become powerful. So let's get into these books. Get a track woman you want and get her to miss you, along with secrets to winning her over, and it tells you about cold approaching. It tells you my personal stories, and if you're trying to up your game in the dating game, these books are going to be perfect for that, and you could get it all in a bundle deal. Make sure you click the link down below. Self-improving in the process. This is so serious. This is why I have a whole no contact guide and journal available. Y'all could go ahead and purchase it. If you need somewhere to start off, then you need all the breakdowns, all the insight, the information, and I have structure in there, help you, prompts, things that will tell you you got this, but it will give you also reasons why, and I have stories in there that tells you why no contact has worked for people, all types of stuff. It's so detailed, y'all. That's how much information I made sure to put in there. Step up no contact, or if you need somewhere to start and you need something to help you, this is like me guiding you as you go through no contact. That's how I customized it for y'all. So you can check that out by clicking the link down below. See what you could do with no contact, how far you could do it. Just learn everything, have the guidance, and accountability partner. Although I'm not actually there, you'll feel that sense from this journal and guide.